Today I will do another look at my FMS Super Cub PA18 1.7. It is a fantastic RC plane, you can have lots of fun with this one. But I mean, some flights just want to do like having a certain agenda. And this time I just said to myself, how many like touch and goes can I squeeze in on a 4S 2200 milliamp battery? So let's go outside and find out. So kind of an interesting challenge today, just doing lots of touch and goes. And this is one of my favorite bush planes. Really push this plane. I just stop fooling around and go into the touch and go challenge then with this one. It's usually very easy to get this down. You have this robust landing gear, so no worries, it will break. There's one on the touchdown count. So more or less I'm just going to do like landings from each side. I mean, there's hardly any wind today, so it doesn't matter which way I'm landing in. As you can see, you can land this one and run it on the mains, just keeping a little power. And when you want to go up, then just increase throttle, just a slight nudge on the elevator and you're up again.
4 minutes.
You can be quite careless when you fly this one and just bank it quite steep. Even at lower speed, it won't bite you. A nice main touch and go. As you can see, you can run this one on the ground also for a while, which is always fun to have it working like a car almost. That's 6 touchdowns then. This it's a really good challenge because, I mean, as they usually say that takeoff is optional and landing is mandatory. So to practice landings is a really good way of improving your flying skills or handle any RC plane. And that's the thing that I really like about high wing planes, is that you can fly them, do lots of aerobatics if you like, if it's the right plane, and at the same time you can do this kind of a slower touchdown, touch and go style flying also. So in my experience, they're just more versatile than many other types of RC planes, and especially when you have a kind of a limited options, that I do almost all my flights then on grass. Just puts a limit on what kind of plane you can do it with, because if you have like the smaller UMX planes, touch and goes, it's usually very difficult without having them flipping over.
Time remaining.
And the same thing then if you have like EDF planes, which usually are tricycle gear planes, or almost exclusively they are kind of a belly landing or tricycle gear. And then of course you have like the low wing aerobatic symmetrical and low wing planes, which usually works also great to do touch and goes. Kind of a steep approach, just the wing over and then get down. So that's 14 on the count so far. As you can see, I mean, it's really easy to get this one down. Just burning off some speed. Really fun just to push this plane and then go straight into flaps, have it slow down and go in for a touch and go. It just makes for a more exciting and more variety when you fly your planes. So usually after I've just flown like a couple of hours in the field and I've just had all my planes that I brought up in the air, and I want to have some kind of a relaxed flight and just do some sort of challenge. And today was this, like 2 bounces. So as far as landing practice, this is just an excellent practice thing to do, because basically now I've done like almost 20 landings done with this plane in one flight. So you just compare it with if you do 1 flight and 1 landing, then this counts as oops, more than 20 landings. So just misjudged the surface there. It's also fun just to push this one and then slow it down and go in for kind of a steeper landing, and then from this direction I have a little bit more shallow landing.
Frame losses 11, hold 0.
And I'll set up my TX, so I do have live readout out of frame losses and eventually, or maybe just if holds, which you rarely have, but it's a good indication if there's something wrong with the reception on the receiver. So 28 touch and goes so far. I will most definitely go above 30.
1 minute.
There's 1 minute left on the timer. I mean, I've just made this flight really docile, so 30 touchdowns down or touch and goes. And I suppose if you do like this really slow flying, I think you can extend the flight time to, if you really want to push it, like 7 minutes on this 4S 2200 milliamp battery, but I do push it a little bit, so maybe 6 minutes is more realistic if you want to have like the battery at charge storage level, which I always do. So I hardly ever just run my batteries dry, because if you do, you can do like some other YouTuber, which is run their batteries down to the absolute limit where the low voltage just kicks in. But that's just dumb, I think, because you want to take care of your batteries. And so far, on all my Spectrum batteries I have, there hasn't been any puffing of any sort. Just a few other minor issues, but it's been working really well. I think it's just fantastic to be able to do like 30 plus touch and goes with an RSL plane in this size then on just a 4S 2200 milliamp battery. And I mean, it's just so enjoyable to get down. And this time also I just tried kind of different approach, some lower, some higher, higher speed, lower speed. And I think that this one just handles fantastic, especially on grass. Then I suspect that if you have this one on harder surface, I think that these really rock hard wheels down on this RSL plane will make it bounce more. But just for grass operations, I think it's just so enjoyable to do touch and goes, and something I would highly recommend. I mean, if you have an RSL plane, you want to practice landings, just do lots of touch and goes. So I mean, I'm just really satisfied with the performance of this RSL plane. I think that 30 plus touch and goes on one battery is just a fantastic result.